Former EastEnders star Danny Dyer was at the Brit Awards, sitting next to a DJ dressed as a horse, and this happened.
If we were giving out a Brit Award for your Twat of the Year, who would win the Danny Dyer Ben End Door?
Well, there's so many, let's have it right. The world is being run by cranks at the moment, so probably Keir Starmer.
Okay, right, let's not turn this into a riot. Okay, time now to go for a break, but still to come, we're gonna get a little bit.
Now we're showing you that sort of version that was filmed in the stadium and uploaded to TikTok because it was cut from the broadcast version. Now, I'm not sure that was, political censorship, or it was just before that bit that we showed you, Danny Dyer had said the rudest word one can say that begins with C and rhymes with hunt. So that might be why it didn't get shown on ITV. But anyway, Danny Dyer's reasons for choosing Keir Starmer as his Twat of the Year weren't made clear there, but he did say more in an interview with The Big Issue in October last year. The Tories are such fucking arseholes that Keir Starmer got in, not for what Labour was saying, but because the Tories fucked it up so much. And I don't like this man. I don't trust this man. He got the job handed to him on a plate. So what are you going to do to show us you're different? And he's gone straight in on pensioners. I find that fucking fascinating. This is meant to be a working class party. We need more working class people in politics. Why Angela Rayner's not leading things, I don't know. When she speaks, I listen. Aaron, it wasn't as memorable a clip as when he called David Cameron twat, putting his trotters up. But still, will that cut deep in number 10?
Probably not. When you're in power, it's just part of the job that people are going to take pops at you. But it's interesting he talks about the pensioners. And I think that's actually, Michael, in the last couple of days, what with the significant increase to defence spending, you can think it's justified. That's fine. To 3% by the early 2030s, that's a really major increase. It's the biggest increase in defence spending since the Cold War. And none of this was in the Labour Party manifesto. None of this was in the Labour Party manifesto. I think to finance that, ultimately, we will also have to see more tax rises. I think that's inevitable, actually. Again, wasn't in the manifesto. Hike on national insurance contributions for employers comes in April. Wasn't in the manifesto. Well, that's not a tax on employees. Well, it means that employees won't get their wages increased. So it kind of is. I think it's inarguable the guy lies a lot, right? He conceals a lot. And we've got 4 more years of it. And I think people watching or listening will say, I don't know, but the Tories are worse. I mean, that's probably true. We can perhaps do better, though, in terms of political choices than the abject disgrace of the Conservatives between 2010 and 2024. And somebody who literally, time after time after time, seems to only enact policies, with some exceptions, which actually weren't talked about in his manifesto. I think long-term, that's really going to erode and undermine people's basic confidence in democracy. And when you have stagnating living standards, things aren't being addressed, problems aren't being solved, and you have politicians who are synonymous with not actually doing the things they say they're going to do and, actually doing completely different stuff than is in their party manifestos and what they talk about ahead of elections. I think that's a really toxic mix.
I mean, obviously, he's hoping that living standards will be rising at some point during his premiership. Otherwise, it's all over.